Spoiled for you. Was it Game of Thrones? Did they Game of Thrones you?
Did everybody die?
Even I know that much.
Yeah, right. No, nothing is sacred.
When it comes to everybody dying.
Yes.
So what was it, Ep? Well, at least tell us what it was about.
Nah.
It's okay.
All right, keeping your misery by yourself.
If you don't want to think about it, I understand. What was this?
Poop.
Also, staring at pictures of witness puzzle from last night, tracing lines in my mind. This game, folks. Ugh, the witness, man. Fuck, that game.
The desert. I hate the desert. I can't stop
Have
thinking
you-
about
how
the
many-
desert, but
How many lasers have you activated, Justin?
one.
Was it symmetry? Just symmetry?
The forest one, yeah. The shop by the lake kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's usually everyone's first.
It's right there, and then the desert's right next door, so I'm just like, I was either going to go to that one or go to where the buildings are, but I was confused as hell because there was like so
Don't
many
go to the
puzzles.
village.
I had no idea, so I'm just like, all right, to the desert, it's right next door. And
Yeah, the desert, as far as like its mechanic, it's pretty much, it doesn't use like rules for puzzles from other areas, so it's pretty,
yeah,
it's a
but I
good
just
place
wish I
to go
knew
to.
if I did all the things I had to do in order to solve what I have to solve. I just don't know. I can't tell. Every time I look for the other stuff, it feels like I did it before or doing it from a different angle. I don't like the desert.
Yeah.
I just want to get to the regular puzzles again.
They're all less or more than regular, so
Great.
there are ones that are a bit more intuitive, though, I'll say, than having to find the fucking right angle to see the sun's reflection off of a goddamn panel.
And make sure it's also reflecting off the other panel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think I did like 5 or 6 of those, and I don't know if that's all of them.
It's not.
God, I don't even know where there's more.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's way more. That one's a really long section.
great. All right.
All right, let's do it. Hello, Internet. You're listening to Malicious Underground Podcast X, episode 33. I'm Alex O'Neill, once again standing in for your usual Mupper, your usual Muppet Master, Muppex Master, Gregory Blaney, who cannot be with us at this time. He's off gallivanting in the sunlight in the warm, fresh airs of Florida. But with me, I have Justin Graffius.
I don't know how to follow up the amazing entrance to a guy that's not even here.
And of course, your Lord, your Savior, your Nepsifer OS, Mr. Nep.
I got spoiled and now I'm sad.
It's alright. You know what, Nep? Here's a way to make you feel better. You can just turn your camera on and show me what you look like, and I'll give you a big internet hug. How about that? Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Just unravel the mystery of what your face looks like. This part of your body. I don't even like. You could just show me nothing from the neck down. You could be a disembodied head for all I fucking know, as long as you can record and type into it.
Well, he is a program.
You are a machine, as we all know. Yeah, so we might be recording this pretty close to the last episode, assuming that went out someday. And yeah, this is it. We're back. We're gonna talk about anime. This is what this show's about. All right.
Is it?
I'm fucking done. Okay.
You're animated out.
I'm all animated out. I mean, that's not true. I can never get enough anime. Everyone knows that out of all 4 of us on this show, I watch the most anime. I don't want to brag, but I for sure consume the most anime. Can't you tell by my perfect Japanese accent and my desu kawaii eyes?
Yes, senpai.
I feel like I'm just filling Neff with this rage, this unbridled rage. And I know since all of you at home have been waiting for this, we're gonna crack open Notice Me Senpai. Those watching the video version of this get a nice little bonus. They can see the senpais in my cafe right now. Look at Gamer Senpai just hanging out by the teacups, and Nerdy Senpai is playing the piano. I think that's pretty cute. Art Club Senpai is hanging out by my bonsai tree, and I'm just raking in the gems, if you know what I mean. Notice Me Senpai going pretty great, and that's your monthly Notice Me Senpai update. Back to you guys. Let's talk about anime. We're just going to go right into it. It's January. Presumably, this is definitely not coming out in January, but that's okay. That's normal for us. At least
it could be worse. It could be December or something like that. You know,
we are closer to the curve, the circular. So we're going to talk about fucking anime, and we're not going to take too long about it. It's going to be a shorter show because I fucking said so. Justin, what the fuck have you been watching?
Too damn much.
This list is terrifying.
Too much and not willing to shorten it.
Yeah.
Hey, because I can talk quickly.
This is bullshit. This is like we did
Go
a game
back to last month's episode.
We did a Game of the Year podcast, right? With Justin. I'm like, Justin, I don't want you to do honorable mentions because you always spend way too much time on your honorable mentions.
I went
he's like,
quick.
He's like, yeah, it's fine. 27 minutes later.
Hey.
We finished his honorable mentions. The things that weren't even on his list.
Hey. Guess what?
What?
MuppX exclusive. You ready for this?
No.
Only those who are on MuppX listening to this particular episode in January, so clearly after I did the Game of the Year episode.
Yeah.
My real Game of the Year is Fatal Frame. Just saying.
You decided again. God, you are the most indecisive human being. Tell me about your anime.
Okay, so we'll start.
Quickly.
We'll start in order. This horrible order.
Yeah.
Last month in December, I watched Hellgirl season 3, 3 Mirrors, which does the same thing as it does in season 2, 2 Mirrors. Oh my God, 2. Holy crap! I mixed them up. I think.
It's 2 mirrors, 3 vessels.
Yeah, there we go. I knew I was going to mix them up. But it kind of does what it does in the second season, which is kind of focus on one area and the side characters. Again, but now they added 2 more, and the stories are more interesting. And again, it goes more in depth of what Hellgirl is and why she would lose her position as Hellgirl and finally die.
Quick question. Didn't mean to interject. I know I'm going to draw this out as long as I can.
Told you.
Is her position 69?
Yes, always.
Nailed it.
If you're into underage girls.
Yep.
Okay, all right. It's same art
let it be
style.
known that was not a yep of confirmation. That was just a yep.
Yep.
General.
It's like nep, but yep.
Yeah, exactly. If Greg was here, he would be giving a yes, and that is confirmation.
But because we have nep here, it has to be a yep.
Yep. Nep.
It's good. It ended really well. I really liked how it ended. With one of the new characters, something happened with her, which took it in a different direction for like an episode. But if you like the other 2 seasons, for sure, check this one out. My Power Rangers quest continues as I finished Operation Overdrive, which is the 15th season of Power Rangers here in the United States of America. And it was a good season. Like, it had its problems on the direction they took it, but what made it interesting was they're kind of like explorers. They're going around the world looking for artifacts. Some would say splunking in some areas.
I disagree.
Yeah, they're not putting down bombs or avoiding spike pits and stuff like that.
Yeah, clearly not as invested.
But that concept was very interesting, especially for Power Rangers, since it never really did that before. Um, the Zords were weird. Like, they were all, like, construction equipment and stuff. Like, the arm was, like a bulldozer, kind of thing. It's so weird.
The arm was a bullet. Like, when you say construction paper, I didn't immediately jump to bulldozer
Construction
arms.
equipment.
Construction equipment. I thought it. See, that's where the confusion was. My bad.
Yeah, so there's, like, a bulldozer.
Did he have, like, the Tyrannosaur, like, the whatever the Transformers name, like, the big claw monster? He's got the mouth, the dinosaur, the T-Rex.
If that was a construction equipment, then maybe.
Grimjob. That was his name. You're right, Nep.
Grimlock?
Grimlock. There we go. I was close. Yeah, like like the crane, the claw that like goes and digs out.
Yeah. There's like the
is that like an arm, right? That just does it?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
It's weird, but it's like definitely different. The last time they did something like this was Lightspeed Rescue, which was horrible. Where it was, hey, I'm an ambulance and stuff like that. Which
I'm an ambulance. My name's Evan Wall, and I'm better than all of you.
Oh my god.
Poor Evan.
Poor Evan.
Never to be heard of.
Wherever he is, I hope he's in a better place.
He's quietly eating a Salisbury steak.
Yeah, you know that's right.
So, I mean, it's the second Disney Power Rangers, and it's definitely better than Mystic Force. I think they knew more of what they were doing, besides the English villain, which all they did was turn him into, I think, the Japanese villain at the very end, which was so stupid.
Hey, man, whatever gets the job done.
Yeah, no, definitely, for sure.
Okay. I have to say, I have a really big beef with one character from the show, so I just need to hear, like, does
From
he
Operation Overdrive?
Yeah, does he get better?
Who?
The Blue Ranger.
Oh, the stunt guy. Oh, he's funny. He's the humor of the group. He just keeps making stupid jokes everywhere. He has a good episode where he actually becomes like the main actor in a movie. His dream and stuff happens, obviously, because Power Rangers.
You gotta believe. It's just like Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah, he doesn't believe enough to...
Gotta believe! I'm sorry. We go on, what?
I mean, I don't know what you thought of him as bad. He wasn't that bad.
What Nep is saying, Justin, is that he sucked mad dick, and I don't know why you didn't notice that he was a shitty, terrible character.
I don't know. Nep, why don't you tell me?
I'm gonna just stop talking now.
I'm actually eating.
Oh, he's
All right, so he's a great character, just Nep's eating, so he can't say why.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fair game.
All right.
I also kind of just want you to go down the list now. I'm done.
Okay.
He just had to get that
I
out.
told you, it's not me. It's the other guys.
That's not
Anyways,
true. We know that's not true.
it's always true. The next one was an OVA that came with the collector's edition, Tales of Zestiria, Dawn of the Shepherd. It's like 40-some minutes,
Wow, that's longer than I thought it would be.
and let me tell you, it was okay. All it did was the beginning of the game before Soray leaves
Okay.
the village. And it ends with him looking out at the world and the sun rising kind of thing, and that's where it ends. So
The sun rises.
It's stuff that already happens in the game, right?
beginning of the game, yeah.
Huh.
How
don't-
is it? It's dubbed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The actual voice actors too. But yeah, it doesn't show any of the other people, Lila, Edna, anybody else. It's
Just Mikleo.
Mikleo, Alicia, and Soray.
Okay. That's
And I guess a Fox guy.
Yeah, 20th Century Fox guy. Yeah.
Yep, him. He's my favorite character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, I was hoping at least they would get there, and then, like, maybe 20 minutes, just kind of, like, do, like, a montage of the other characters or something, or finding the other characters, and that was it. I'm not saying the whole game, but
Well, I'm sorry that it didn't live up to your fucking way overhyped expectations.
But then after I was done, I looked at the box and saw it said Dawn of the Shepherd. I'm like, oh, I probably should have read that first before I watched it to know what was going to happen.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have just expected what you wanted and then
I
gotten
know.
something different. What are you, Greg?
Yeah, I love JoJo.
It's true. You do love JoJo, and so does Greg. Ooh. With a ferocity that is just unparalleled.
It blows all expectations. Unlike Tales of Zestiria, Dawn of the Shepherd.
Dong of the Shepherd, yes.
Dawn. Yep, that's how it is pronounced. I'll actually save those two for later, so it matches up with new anime. But I finally watched Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F.
Yay.
Is it good?
It's okay. Like, it's awkward.
When did you have a couple months off and you're like, man, I'm gonna just be Greg?
Yep, I hate all anime. I mean, I love all anime. Sorry, that's wrong. I love all the anime. No, well,
God,
I
you're
think
such
what
a
I was.
weeb.
Yep, that's me.
Just kidding.
With a capital W.
With a capital W.
No, I think I went in expecting this to be slightly better than Battle of Gods because everybody was talking about how good it was.
Just having not seen it, I expected to be kind of at the same level.
And the fight with Frieza was very meh. Like, it felt like I literally was watching Dragon Ball Z the first time they fought.
How is that a bad thing, though?
Because Frieza is now garbage tier, and Goku is now God tier, so you're watching that fight. Frieza doesn't hit him at all, and then he goes gold form finally, and Goku gets his ass kicked, and it's just like, this is weird. Like, this doesn't make sense at all. And then Goku gets up and then actually starts fighting back, like actual good and winning again.
Yeah, but he gets blue hair.
And Frieza has no chance, like at all. Like as soon as I saw this movie, like first concept, Frieza's coming back to fight. I'm like, yeah, he has no chance. Like, why am I watching an hour-and-a-half movie of someone who will have literally no chance? Like, it's understandable if it's a new character and might have a chance because you don't know what he's capable of. But Frieza coming back, come on. Like,
but he goes gold, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't.
He's like a video game that's ready to ship. He goes gold.
You're right. He does that, and in game fashion, people like it right away, and then Gold Frieza goes downhill once the player actually starts taking it seriously.
Yeah, once they actually get the disc, they're like, man, this game, Fallout 4, what a disappointment.
But it was nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, it can't.
The first week it was out.
It can't be bad. You're right, Neb. What was I thinking? Clearly, I don't love anime enough.
But it again, it's fine. Like, I enjoyed it. I think I like Battle of Gods more because it was the return. You're seeing this new character, and
it's fresh, right?
Yeah, and now this is kind of a continuation of an old character that should have no place coming back and being stronger than God, Super Saiyan. Like,
I feel like Super Saiyan God though is just a moniker. Like, I don't view that as like he is like fucking Jesus incarnate.
No, I don't think of that either.
I view it as just like a power level.
Well, yeah, and it's supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to be better than Super Saiyan 4, but not really. Because it takes place before Super Saiyan 4 kind of thing. Weird, stupid, whatever.
Well, we're in the kind of purgatory where we don't know if GT is going to come into play into the universe anymore or not. Most likely not.
I'm guessing in the TV show they'll probably designate GT as a different universe.
Probably. It's probably like where the fat Beerus guy comes into play or something. Who knows? But either way, like...
Let me tell you about my fat Beerus now, man.
You have a nice fat Beerus.
Yeah, ladies.
But again, I enjoyed it overall. It had good points to it, but literally, like, why bring Frieza back? Of all the characters you could bring back, why Frieza? I'd rather see Captain Ginyu come back and go Super Saiyan than Frieza come back and go on
Don't
Golden.
fucking say that shit.
Wow.
That is a sick fucking burn. Yeah, I'd rather see the Ginyu Force come back and like
No, not the Ginyu,
wank
not
each other's dicks off.
Not
for
the
45
Ginyu
minutes.
Force, just Ginyu himself. In
No,
frog form,
you
just
can't
in
have
a-
Ginyu without the Ginyu Force.
Yeah, you can. We have the frog bouncing around in the world somewhere. He can come back.
Somewhere. No, Namek exploded.
I thought they saved the frog.
I don't know if they saved the frog. I can't confirm or deny.
Either way, it was fine. It's fine.
Okay,
I'm
it's
channeling my
fine.
inner
It's
Greg.
fine. Well,
I love it.
Justin, it's fine. What else have you been watching, Justin?
Legend of the Mystical Ninja, based on that awesome.
That's not
Konami
how
game.
you spell Hidden Temple.
Yeah, that's not how you spell Hidden Temple. I agree.
This is a very much a kid show, kid anime for sure.
Kidame? Got it.
Kid anime.
Greg would probably love it.
He probably would love it.
Is this the one with Goemon?
Yeah, it's based on the game series.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have that in my backlog somewhere.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable watch. It's an older. I mean, I think it's like a late '90s, early 2000s, so it has that style. But it definitely feels like an old anime, like the characters, how they act, all that. I can't really say much about it, even though I watched it all, just because it.
Is it just random adventures, or does it like follow the game?
No, if it followed the game, it would be way better. No, they get Goemon and them go to the real world, and there's a villain there that they're trying to stop, and each episode is the villain's new plan to stop Goemon.
Oh, so yeah, nothing to do with the games.
Yeah, no, nothing to do with the games at all. But again, it's Goemon. If you've seen the games, you know what to expect in the weirdness and wackiness that.
Holy shit. Hold on.
Are you looking it up?
Hold on. We've got the plot thickens with Captain Ginyu.
Oh man!
I just want to bring it up to everyone's attention. So in the mangas, after Ginyu gets turned into a frog, he just disappears and never heard from again. In the anime, he is eventually transported to Earth, where he becomes the rulers of the frogs that surround
Oh my god.
Capsule Corporation.
Oh my god!
Oh wait, it gets better. So then, Ginyu is killed when Kid Buu destroys the Earth, but he is revived along with everybody else. And then the frog that Ginyu is actually returns in Dragon Ball Super.
Oh my god! Now I really want a Resurrection of Ginyu movie.
And apparently he sees Sorbet and Tagoma put Frieza's body parts in their containment. So
What?
there's actually a pretty
He's in that movie?
Yeah, there's
Now I have to watch the movie again.
there's a lengthy section of Ginyu's role in the Frieza movie and Super. So
Resurrection of Ginyu, I'm calling it. That's the next movie.
I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but holy shit. When I looked that up, I didn't expect anything like that.
See, and you thought Ginyu was the worst character. Clearly he's the best if you survive it.
I was so wrong, Justin.
His frog form is the ultimate form.
Yep. All right, continue. Sorry about that. It was important, though.
But can he do the dance of joy in frog form?
That's the biggest question.
Probably. He's Captain Ginyu. He can do whatever he wants.
He's Captain Motherfucking Ginyu.
I mean, that was all about Legend of Mystical Ninja. I like the games, so I really wanted to watch the show, even though it's nothing like it. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Of the Zexal kind.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, before you go all, oh god, it's actually not that bad. I thought it was going to be worse, but they kind of go more in the kid direction. There is a serious story to it, but it kind of feels like it's meant for more kids. It's more cheery. It's more bright with the environments and stuff. The cards are cool. The environments are interesting. They kind of do a Battle City tournament too, that I've seen so far, called the World Duel Carnival, where they have to obviously duel other people to get these heart pieces. And once you get 4 of them, your heart goes up and you got more life.
Sure.
So you say they level up their love.
Yes.
Level
But once
of
they
violence.
get 5, they can go into the next part of the tournament, just like the Battle City tournament. But again, the characters are cool. I actually kind of like this version of Yu-Gi-Oh! More than I was expecting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm interested in jumping into that season eventually.
Okay.
For sure. Especially after watching the horrible one you're watching right now. Anyways, that's spoiler territory.
Whoa. Haterade.
Oh, it deserves all the haterade. So I guess we'll go into the 3 animes I watched. I watched The Woman Called Fujiko Mine.
The Lupin the Third thing, right?
Yep. Which all surrounds, for the most part, surrounds around the story of Fujiko.
Mm-hmm.
Each episode doesn't center around her, but she's always there in each episode doing something.
Okay.
But the art style, oh my god, the art style in this anime is probably one of my favorites. They turned the cartoonish looking of Lupin the Third and kind of gave it like a, I don't even know what the word to use.
It looks really cool. It's kind of got a watercolor-esque.
Yeah, it has the watercolor-esque to it, but how they look, character-wise, they look more mature and darker, I guess you can say, compared to their cartoony other selves. But as soon as I saw that art style, I knew I wanted to watch it. It took forever to, though. But after watching it, it was really enjoyable because you actually get the kind of the past story of Fujiko, how they met, how she met Goemon and Lupin, stuff like that, while also getting to why she's kind of like how she is now. It's very interesting. It's only 13 or 12 episodes. So I highly recommend it. It is on Hulu, I think, unless they got rid of it.
Okay.
Then I finally watched Lupin the Third movie, which is probably one of the more popular ones, The Castle of Cagliostro. I think that's how it's pronounced.
And of course you hated it because it was popular. Got it.
Yep, I'm channeling my inner Greg. I loved it so much.
I love this fucking twist we put on all of Greg. Just all of
it. But this Lupin the Third was the Hayao Miyazaki movie.
Okay, yeah.
And it was very good. It felt very different. I think that's because it was Hayao Miyazaki. It didn't feel like some of the other Lupin the Third movies I watched, but I still loved it overall. I don't know if it's one of my favorites that I've seen, but the action was good. The story was interesting because he's not trying to steal treasure or anything like that now. This time he's trying to steal this girl who is being captured by this pretty much tyrant dictator guy that wants to keep her away for other reasons. So he's trying to save her instead of actually doing other thievery stuff. What's also great about this is actually watching the movie now. I actually technically watched this movie before in a game called Cliffhanger for the arcade, which is like a Dragon Lair FMV arcade game that does scenes from this movie.
Weird.
Yeah, and I started watching it. It starts with the same thing it does in the game, and I'm like, whoa, this is really weird. I had no idea this was where it was from. But yeah, it's enjoyable. Again, if you like Lupin the Third, and if you want to watch Hayao Miyazaki movie, this is definitely something you should check out. Now into the new anime I've watched. Crunchyroll finally picked up Lupin the Third Part 4, and
Is that like recent or is it still like
yes,
super old?
it's new and it's ongoing right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
The first episode is Lupin the Third's wedding with a girl named Rebecca.
Sounds like Lupin.
That does not sound like Lupin. Lupin would never marry anybody.
Sounds like canon.
It is. And how it ends is hilarious and kind of unexpected. I wasn't expecting it, but Rebecca becomes an ongoing character, at least in this season, and she's funny. She's not exactly like Fujiko, using her good looks to get away with everything. Mm-hmm. She's kind of like a female Lupin in a way.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Uses disguises, plans stuff out ahead of time. You don't really know it's her until it happens, and she's just kind of like an overall funny character. And the episodes are really interesting too. Like there's some good episodes in there. I'm glad I'm watching it. It's making me want to go back and finally watch Part 2 and Part 3 since I'd never watched those yet. Yeah, I'm all about this Lupin hype right now. I actually kind of want to watch the movies again too.
Would you call yourself an addict?
Right now, yes.
Okay.
Because I literally watched The Woman Called Fujiko Mine first to get hype for Part 4. Then I saw Lupin the Third, The Castle of Cagliostro, came out on Blu-ray, immediately bought it, and then after I watched Fujiko, I immediately watched the movie. And then I saw Part 4 come up on Crunchyroll, started watching that, and now I'm still thinking about it. So, definitely.
Stuck with you, man.
Yep, Lupin's great.
Lupin.
The other things, Yamishibai, Japanese Ghost Stories, Season 3 started. So far, not as good as the other seasons. They changed the art style to what one of their newer shows was like. Not as close, but kind of keeping like a mixture between the two. But so far the stories have been okay. There's been 4 episodes. So far I've been 50-50.
Okay.
But do they still have a Miku song?
Like Yamishibai.
Yeah, right? Is the Miku song still there?
They changed it. It's...
Damn.
It's not even the old guy telling the story anymore.
Fucking garbage.
It's this kid on this slide who's drawing and he's telling the story. So they changed that too, which was kind of, but it doesn't take away from it at all.
I literally hate everything about this, Justin. So
Great.
I just want to share that with you.
Wait till October.
I'm
Yamishibai Season 3.
I'm really frustrated with everything that you're saying to me.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to boycott that episode. No, that's not true. We all know if I don't show up, it's not even going to get recorded. So
True. And then the other 3 things I watched are new. Now this is one everybody should watch. Phantasy Star Online 2, the animation. That's some hot anime action right there.
I didn't even know there was an anime for that.
Yep, that's one of the new ones.
Came out.
Yeah. It follows high school Sega Academy. And one of the classmates becomes the vice president of the student council, and the president tells him to play PSO and see how it relates to real life and all that stuff. And that becomes just the first episode. I mean, that's why he's playing the game, but the rest of the episodes is kind of just like character reaction, in-game stuff, doing quests, and just the people as well.
Wait, so they actually acknowledge that it's a game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
think that's where Sega's going with this thing now. Every time they make an anime, I'm just expecting them to realize, yes, things are games, because that's what happened with the Sega Girls, Hard Girls one. Yeah, it's cool. They have the two-day anime style for the characters, but when they get in the game, it's kind of like this weird mixture of 2D, 3D. It looks pretty cool.
Okay. That works.
So yeah, if you like Phantasy Star, just watch it. Then the other two, I'm going to save the best for last because this one threw me off guard. But the next one is Active Raid, which is about a futuristic Tokyo that the cops, there's like these special divisions of cops that get into these like exoskeleton armor suits called Willwares. Willwares. And they use those to stop criminals and stuff like that. It's who also might be wearing them. That's what the whole point of their division is, to use those suits to do stuff that regular humans can't do.
Uh-huh.
But it's definitely very much like an action mech anime in a way. But I can't... That's really all I could say about it, because that's what it feels like to me. Each episode is, hey, here's a new case kind of thing, and here they go fighting action, crazy stuff. So
Okay.
It's interesting. I don't know how much I want to stick with it right now. But it's very much not a Greg anime. He would probably hate it.
That's a pretty broad window, to be fair.
Like I said, I think he probably will hate it. I'm just saying, I'm not sure. He could love it. Who knows? It's Greg we're talking about here.
Exactly.
But the mech part, I think he might like. The exoskeleton kind of thing and kind of the action there. Now, the other surprise. This one's not even anime. It's a Japanese drama called Wakakozake.
Did you call me a cock?
Yes. So this anime is on its second season, and that's what we're watching. Crunchyroll doesn't have the first season, but let me give you a summary that is on Crunchyroll right now, just to give you an idea of what to look forward to in this.
Okay.
It's based on an anime where Murasaki Wakako, a 26-year-old that loves nothing more than delicious food and drink. Wakako's favorite thing to do for relaxation is to go off by herself after work and go to various places to eat and drink, even if she's never been there before. The moment Wakako is able to taste the pairing of the food she wants to eat and the perfect accompanying drink, the happy sound of pshoo leaves her lips.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Each episode, she goes to a couple different restaurants in Japan, like real restaurants in Japan, and eats some food and sake. By the end of the episode, they tell you what she ate and what she drank and where to go for that restaurant in Japan.
Well,
Trust me, the food looks amazing.
you really figured this shit out, haven't you, Justin?
I like food anime.
You got this weird food thing going for you.
Apparently, I never knew I like food anime. Food
This
shows
isn't
so
anime.
much.
This is just food. Have you heard of this show, Man vs. Food?
Yeah, I watched
Top
it too.
Chef?
What was that one that you was said last night that you didn't know or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. This was the only food show that matters.
Okay, sure, that's fair.
But no, it's interesting because she does go to these other restaurants and eats this food, and you actually look at the food and you're like, okay, that actually looks pretty good. I think what sucks is at the end they do tell you where it is, and I'm like, yeah, I won't be going to Japan and like going to this episode just to hunt down where this restaurant is. But obviously, again, it's not meant for us really. But it's always interesting to see the new food that she eats because it's freaking good. Looks so good. It makes me hungry.
Looks so good, right?
It's like Food Wars, but real life.
But like good.
Without the wars.
No, I'm just kidding. Food Wars is fine.
Yeah, I think you would like this, Alex. I think you would.
I think it's a little too Japanese for me, but that's fine. Mm,
mm,
mm.
nah, you can watch it. It's
Okay.
good. I think you
Okay.
got
If you say so.
it. In the wise words of Greg once said,
Here we
he
go.
would love this drama.
I trust Greg's opinion implicitly with just about everything, so I think you're right.
Damn it. But that's everything.
Okay.
There's another show, but I haven't watched it yet.
Then it doesn't, that you shouldn't even wrote it down.
I didn't. I
God
just said
damn it.
I just said there was another show. That was it. Done.
There's another show that exists out there in the world.
That I might watch. Yes, it exists.
Okay.
So, Net, I heard you watched anime, especially of the shitty kind.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Right. So I have learned a tactic of trimming the list, and so I have not much to talk about.
That's my man right there.
Right. So I guess I wanted to give this a shot, so I watched Nurse Witch Komugi R, which is a spin-off of the original Komugi, which is a spin-off of the older series Soul Taker. And so, yeah, kind of weird that this is a spin-off of a spin-off, so it's twice removed from its source material, and yeah, it's pretty different from the spin-off, which is the spin-off, but anyway, yeah, it's interesting. Like, it's well, I can say I'm pretty sure it's a Tatsunoko title. I'm actually like they make Tatsunoko cameos of little things like when somebody is in the taking a bath, they got like this giant the dog of one of the Tatsunoko titles. He was a super in Tatsunoko versus Capcom. But
Oh,
anyway,
Yatterman? The giant robot dog?
yeah, that. Yeah, there
Okay.
was like a giant statue of that pouring out the water in the bath scene. And like in the first episode, you got like some. I believe they were Yatterman villains. Some of them were iconic ones.
Tanjiro.
Yeah, her and her cronies.
You know what's a good Tatsunoko show, Net? Peeping Life TV season 1.
That's
good show.
actually Tatsunoko.
Yep.
God, I want my time back.
No, you
But
don't.
But anyway, like they got cameos though, and basically it's pretty damn well removed from the source material, as in the characters really are shells of their former selves, because like Komugi herself is so off the mark in what Komugi was in the spin-off, and then even in the source material. It's like, wow, it is very, the tone of this show is so fucking different. Right. Anyway, I would say like within like the first 5 minutes you see some 3D, and like this is like I'm pretty much down against like 3D anime, and this is like the first time that I am not gonna say anything bad about it, because like I don't know, it's like 3D that I like and doesn't bother me at all in the slightest. I actually give it thumbs up for the first time ever, because I'm always down against 3D. But anyway, I actually would praise it this time around, and like it's a pretty different take on either version of Komugi, and it's okay. Like I'm gonna keep watching it, and I don't know if I'll stick with it, but I'll keep watching it for a couple more episodes. Like I I kind of like am in the middle of the road. There's some stuff I like, some I don't. I'm middle with the show.
Okay.
And then the other thing I watched was Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, which I've been meaning to get to for a long time, and I finally did. And
How bad do you feel?
It is easily my most favorite Yu-Gi-Oh show. Like,
All right, Greg.
it is fucking amazing. Like,
I'm censoring a difference in opinions here.
Yep.
like it is just leaps and bounds better than the previous two. Like, it's a very different story from the other ones, and like, there's the common joke of card games and motorcycles, and I am like at the beginning of season 2, which is like episode like 70 out of 154. So I still got more to go through, but like I saw off season 1, and I would actually say there's not that much card games on motorcycles. Or actually, like the first 26 episodes, I would say they're on motorcycles like 40% of the time. And then they synchro summoned like 75% of the time. Like, for its gimmick being synchro summoned, they can have entire episodes where they get away from that. And like it's more like, yeah, this is a card game show. Yeah, this is not meant for like adults or anything, like maybe young teens down below, but even despite those limitations, it like does a lot. It's really good. Like, it's just this like really good story of like a caste system of how like you say it's part of the bottom crowd, bottom caste, like they're treated like shit, and they'll they get like incriminated by police just because the police feels like it. Like it really doesn't take much for them to be treated like badly by the higher class. Because you got the city people, and then you got the urban people, and that's like pretty much the entire conflict of season 1, and it's really good because it has stuff like. Well, actually, the prison part was pretty good. Like, where in the first couple episodes, Yusei does get in prison for the first time, and prisoners get treated pretty badly because they like laser on a tattoo on your face, which hurts a lot apparently from always screaming. And
I would expect so.
and basically, the tattoos are markers because they can track you anywhere at any point. So once you're a criminal, you're pretty much fucked. But it's a pretty good story, and like it's up there in what happens, I would say, because like you got characters that die, you got like stories that really matter, like it's got legs, basically. Like probably my favorite character is in the second half of season 1, like her entire story of like just her falling in love and pursuing that, and actually like being really unapologetic with a love story. Like it like in the previous ones they kind of like hint at it, maybe maybe something would happen. No, this is an actual couple being formed, and get an actual love confession there and all that, and like again, although the limitation is that this is really a kids show, so like they're pretty particular about character deaths in that sometimes they'll like say, oh, this character died, and then like a couple episodes later and go like, oh, but I survived whatever happened to me, so here I am again. And so like in terms of actual characters dying, there's actually not a lot, but like they really do it well. Like the first time they killed one of the side characters, like holy shit, I actually was crying because of what happened. Like they really did it well. Like,
did their soul get ripped out? Did they get hit by one of those crazy saws that sent you to the Shadow Realm?
They get disintegrated to dust.
From a trap card?
Sure.
By actual something? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it actually something that they get killed by, or is it after a duel that they lost?
After a duel that they lost.
Okay. Okay. I thought so.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
But yeah, it's like just leaps and bounds. Like from the first three, I would definitely say it's the best, and I'm just halfway through it. Like I only expect it to get better, and I got like 80 more episodes to go, and I am just giddy as fuck because I really love it. But yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D so far.
Okay. Better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. And then the other stuff I wanted to mention are basically just games that won't take too long. The other thing I wanted to mention was that I played more Dark Cloud post-patch, which actually didn't add too much for US, but it seems like they fixed a little graphical glitch that was happening before the patch. Like during cutscenes, during like small cutscenes, like the cutscene of the character entering a dungeon that like 0.5 second cutscene. Like sometimes you would get this little screen tearing part of that little thing, and like other times, like when you're opening a chest and stuff like that, like those little small things sometimes would have screen tearing, and it seems like the patch got rid of that. Like they actually fixed it, which is good. And besides that, it gave a splash page when you launch it, and that's really it. Like they pretty much didn't change anything, which is good because there are some good glitches in the game to exploit. Cough cough. Like if you want to plan this game, it's actually pretty damn easy, especially with the glitches. Cough cough. And because like probably the most time-consuming one would have been like to train your weapon up to max stat on elements. Well, just one element, doesn't matter which one. But then there's a little broken dagger glitch which got abused the hell out of. Cough cough. And
Of course.
it basically just instantly gives your weapon max stats, and it also makes it so that you sell your weapon for quite a lot, which goes to another trophy that would have taken forever, the max out your money trophy. And cough cough.
Are you
Yeah.
okay over there, Nep? You're coughing a
Yeah,
lot.
you're called, do you need like a throat lozenge?
But
Cough drop.
yeah, it was pretty easy to do, and it's like it could have the platinum could have been harder, mostly because there's a couple other things like going through the bonus dungeon would have been hell, because like that's the hardest enemies in the game with the hardest boss in the game, and hard, which is entirely optional for you if you want. You never have to go there if you don't want to. And even if you're trying to get the platinum, you still never have to go there. Like
Yeah, don't go there, guys.
there was other things they could have done to make the platinum harder, so I got the platinum on my first playthrough because of how easy it was. And so yeah, I played it, beat it, platinumed it, and I'll move on to part 2 eventually. I got other games I'm gonna prioritize first.
Someday, somehow, part
So.
2.
Yeah, eventually I'll get to 2, but it's already downloaded and staring at me. And that's all I really wanted to say, is that it was fun to revisit.
Okay.
And other things I was playing is the new JoJo game, the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Eyes of Heaven, which is a different style than the previous one, because the last one was just straight up a fighting game. This one's more like a
Arcade fighter.
like a beat 'em up kind of style
Okay.
gameplay. Although instead of having a level, they just skip straight to the boss fight of it. Like that's probably the best way to describe it, because you're running around, you can pick up stuff as weapons, throw them, and depending on what character you're using, you might be able to like set a trap to pick up items so that the enemy, when they try and pick it up, they can fall for a trap. You can do all kinds of stuff around the stage, and like the stages are like decently sized, so you can run around and do stuff, or you can run around and be a pussy and run away before you die or something like that.
Sounds like how I play games.
Or the enemy can be a bitch and fly away and cover a lot of distance away from you because they're a bitch. Fucking Iggy.
Whoa.
But
Sensing some grudges being held here.
He's a dog. How can you hate Iggy? Now,
because he runs away a lot and only comes in with low attacks, which are hard to hit because he's tiny.
well, it could be worse. It could be Pet Shop.
He's also in the game.
I know.
I, I,
That's
I
what's
haven't
awesome.
I haven't seen him yet, but he's there somewhere.
I know. So good.
Yeah, but yeah, compared to the previous one, they upped the roster count by a lot. Like every part's got at least a couple more characters.
And I
Like,
think that also helps because of how the gameplay is now.
yeah,
compared to the
because
Street Fighter.
now it's more like a beat 'em up style, and it's always gonna have a partner system. So because of that, you can do team attacks and such, and like they really it feels like they really upped the fan service compared to the fighting game, because now it's not only just the characters and what their moveset is, but also like what the area is, because you got stuff like that cafe from part 4 where you can visit and sit down, and every character has their own different thing that they'll do at when they're sitting down. Like old Joseph will go there and like order like that little a cup of drink that he'll just chug the shit out of and put it smack down, and like Pet Shop will fly there, look creepy at the camera, and then fly back. Dio just kind of relaxes there doing jack shit, just being Dio.
Dio.
Yeah, basically, like they really upped it. Like, there's just so many little nods that any manga reader is gonna enjoy the shit out of, and then like all the different team attacks. Like, they definitely didn't do every possible team attack, but more like what the fan favorites were that they could squeeze in.
Dio and Dio.
Yeah, like that. That's actually pretty fucking awesome.
I know. So good.
Oh my god, like Phantom Blood Dio starting up the attack, and then bam, Zawarzo. And just, yeah, that's pretty awesome. But then other shit like stuff that could have never happened, like Journo with Dio, and just other stuff like I believe Speedwagon with, like, who was it? I think it was with
Caesar?
Joseph.
That would be pretty good. Oh, wait, no, that's Speedwagon.
Yeah,
Willie Zappelli and Caesar would be pretty good. I hope that was good.
That would have been good, but they didn't.
What? Get out.
Well, they don't have a unique combo attack. They just have a generic combo attack that it would have done with anyone else.
Tell them to take the game back and patch that
in. Sure. Like, they really didn't put too much love in part 1 or 2. Like, in terms of team attacks, there's very little between both parts. Like, you got the obvious the obvious Jonathan and Zappelli. You got the obvious Joseph and Caesar. And then I think that's basically it for both of them. Like, really don't get much. But yeah, like, they really just bolstered the fan service in the game in a new gameplay format. And like, it's pretty awesome. I'm playing it in Japanese because English doesn't exist yet.
Oh.
So in terms of customization, I'm not doing much. I'm just sticking with default everything. Because like I did see the shop and go through it, and like, holy fuck, there's so much fan service everywhere. Like, I mean, for fuck's sake, you can buy the pajamas that Kakyoin wears for like 10 seconds in that one episode of The Dreams. Like, I mean, that's how much fan service they're really pouring into the game. Like, it's really nuts.
Are the Part 7 characters on horses still?
Johnny definitely is. I'm pretty sure Jiro is.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, because that's how they were in
Eigo might.
He probably should be as well.
I'm not fully sure.
Huh.
Like,
Okay.
I haven't seen any Part 7 people yet, because, this game is following its own storyline, so,
Yep.
like, it starts at the very end of Part 3, and then original content starts happening, and it's an entire story of just going through different different parts and meeting up with their characters, seeing what's happening. Because, like, the basic problem is that dead characters are coming back on the evil side. So, that's the basic premise so far, where their good guys are just trying to bring back their allies and, like, take away the brainwashing. Because,
Nice.
like, so far from the ones that get saved, they all go like, huh? Where am I? Like, I don't know what happened. The last thing I remember was dying. So, that's the basic plot, and I've put in a little bit of time into it. Like, I think I stopped when they were jumped to part 5. No, part 4. Like, they're jumping in a weird order, because they went, like, from part 3 to part 5 to part 4.
All right.
So,
That sounds like a good order, I guess.
but yeah, it seems to be a really meaty game, and I'll get more into it as time goes on. Or I might just wait for English. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. But the other thing I wanted to bring up was Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist.
Greg's new favorite game ever.
That's actually not sarcasm. He does like that one.
I know.
He loves that game. Probably too much.
And what's funny is the PS3 one came out, and I tried to get him to buy it and play it. He didn't even know what the hell to do. He never played Yu-Gi-Oh! Before, so the fact that he likes it that much, it's crazy.
Again,
Yeah, he's gonna bring his...
we do not speak of the PS3 game.
I know. That's why I said it.
That's a pretty bad one.
But yeah, no, go ahead.
But yeah, the PS4 one is pretty damn good. I'm enjoying it. I hop online every now and then. I sometimes just focus on building my deck offline. I've been going through the single player campaign to get points and booster packs and build up my deck. Like, I have a decent-ish magician deck. Like, that's my custom deck whenever I don't want to use the story deck, which is most of the time. Because holy fuck, these characters have shit cards.
Oh, the story decks are so fun sometimes.
Oh yeah, sometimes they are. Yeah. I mean, I totally use the Exodia deck on the first duel.
Oh yeah, like that. And you had to win by Exodia Obliterate.
Of course. Like, yes.
But please tell me when you got to the Duel City tournament, when Yugi fights the guy with Exodia, like 3 things of each piece. Please tell me you played as him, because I did immediately, because that deck does not exist and you cannot use it. So it was fun to use it.
Oh yeah, I totally did. Like every time I'm playing the game, going through the campaign, I play the regular mission and then I immediately switch to the other one, because I just like unlocking all this stuff that I get.
Yeah, I'm trying to do all the story mode stuff before I go into the Duelist Challenges one. Which, have you went into there yet?
I have tried one. Fuck that shit. Oh my god.
That is so good.
Oh my god, it's so fucking hard.
So for your intriguement, I can tell, Alex.
Intriguement? Is that the word we're going with?
I guess. I don't know. It's a word.
Mm-hmm.
For the Duelist Challenges, let's just say Yugi's first deck that he used, it's bad. It's horrible now.
Uh-huh.
But with the new cards that are out and updated cards, the Duelist Challenge, they update their decks to what they would be now with the new cards and how they would act now to make them like really good.
Oh my god, yeah.
And it's crazy because I fought I forget who I fought, but their deck was insane. I mean, I beat them, but they changed their deck completely into something really cool. And then once you beat them, you actually get the deck. His is probably still Blue Eyes somewhere.
I tried like 1 or 2 of those challenges, and I got beaten so badly. Oh my god! Like, maybe it was just the ones I picked, but holy fuck, they got updated to the point that it's just brutal.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, but I was going to say, I think Kaiba's deck was like Blue Eyes, because there's all sorts of Blue Eyes cards now, like the
Blue Eyes Dark Magician.
Yes, that favorite card.
there is that one little 4-star that I forget what, but its effect is that you can just instantly summon a blue eyes after doing something.
Yeah,
Kaibaman?
I think so.
the blue eyes white dick.
That's the best card.
That's actually just my penis. That's not a real card. He does have blue
Man.
eyes though.
It's a level 7 card. That's
Yeah,
a pretty,
it does
powerful card there, Alex.
1,600,000 damage. Yeah,
Man, I feel bad whoever
one
has
point
to
six
go up
million.
against it,
Yeah, it's rough.
especially those direct attacks. Whew.
Yeah, direct
Yeah.
attacks pretty much win instantly.
I also tried that build a deck from scratch and play thing.
Nep, we
Yeah.
need to do that. I want to do that myself, but
Yeah,
every time I make one, I don't do it because
I went to go
play
online with that and try them out. I just tried them offline.
Yeah, take it
Like-
to the world, man. Show them your strength.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that you can only use them 5 times and then you have to do it again.
Really?
Yeah, but they're not much. Like I have so many points.
It
Like
seems like such a weird,
Oh
like
yeah,
free to play
yeah.
mechanic.
In terms of points, it's pretty damn easy. But yeah, you can't like stick to that deck forever. You have to
That deck?
You have to go from scratch again.
Okay.
which one did you do, Nep? Did you do the draft or the sealed? Because one of them gives you a deck. The other one, you make a card. You choose a card each time for 40 times or something like that. I think that's the draft.
The one where I just picked a booster pack and I got 40 cards.
Okay, so that's sealed. Yeah, that one's probably easier just because it gives you a random deck. Like, you don't know if it's going to be good or not until you look at it. But the other one, you go through a pack and start picking out certain cards that you want in your deck from those
Interesting.
packs.
In your dick.
Until you get
And you put
40.
them in your deck.
Yeah.
Interesting. I have to try that one too.
Yeah, so are we friends on PSN, Nep? If not, type your damn username in the
Nep
chat.
and I are friends on PSN. It's what, Mr_Nep is your PSN name, right?
Mr. Dash Nep.
Oh, sorry. My
Yeah,
bad.
Alex, come on. There's a big difference there.
I saw Nep. I think you were playing the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh game when I last saw you online. So
Probably. I play it a decent amount of times.
Mhm.
Like I've gone in and played bunch of online, and I've encountered all kinds of people, and so many people rage quit. Oh my god! Like I've had like probably from my duels, out of all my duels, if I was winning, I would actually won 20% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So many people just quit.
Yeah.
Bastards. I mean, that's
From-
pretty common though, especially.
But
in
I can
a game
tell
like
there's
that.
no penalty.
I mean, it's like a whatever. I don't even, yeah. Like, at least in my opinion, the ranking in that game, it's like whatever. Because that
Yeah,
can easily change no matter what if you get another deck.
I honestly don't know how ranking works because I've been playing hours and hours online and I'm still not ranked. I've been doing both ranked and unranked matches and nothing really counts and I don't get it.
Nep, maybe you're number one and you didn't realize it yet. That's why it doesn't show anything. You're winning.
Sure, we can go with that.
See?
But yeah, like I've played a lot of online and I also had this one dick who wouldn't let me die. Like he literally just kept whittling my life points until I was like down to like 200 and he just kept ending his turn instead of killing me. It got to the point where after like 5 turns I just quit. Like I pushed the surrender button unlike other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually like that. Like that's how I play Hearthstone. It's like it's pretty telegraphed. I'm like, well, fuck it, whatever.
Oh my god.
Is that it, Nap?
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
if you ever see me online in Yu-Gi-Oh, don't fucking rage quit.
Okay.
I'll rage quit. Nep. I mean, I'll fight you fairly and squarely.
Willy. I watched some stuff, but I talked about it kind of on last month's episode.
Yeah, you had a month away, so.
Yeah, I had a month to watch more, but I was really lazy, you know.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, you can listen to our anime of the year discussion. But I watched the Persona 3 movies, movies 1, 2, and 3, which are now all available. I think the third one is a little hard to get a hold of, but you should be able to find it. They're really good. It's a really great adaptation of that story. They do changes that I think are really smart, as opposed to some of the stuff they did in the Persona 4 anime that I think is less smart, but still worked. So yeah, if you have not watched it, I would recommend go check those out, especially if you like Persona 3. That art style just lends itself really well to being like super done up and made to look amazing. So
Cool. Everybody should watch them.
absolutely.
In the month time we talked about it, I wasn't able to watch it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Alex.
I'm sure you'll get your shit together for next time, though.
Hopefully.
At least watch one of them. They're an hour and a half long each. They're good. They're good romp. They're paced really well too, so they'll move pretty quickly. That's it. Yeah, that's really all I have. I'm trying to think. I feel like there was some other show like I watched an episode or two of, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. So we won't worry about it.
They must have been garbage.
It was hot garbage, probably free or something like that.
That's A class.
Yeah, that's S class actually.
Goes beyond A.
Yeah, it's perfect. Free is the perfect anime. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about the anime of the month, which isn't an anime at all. It is just an adaptation of an anime. So when we come back, we'll talk about that. So we'll be back in just a little bit, y'all.
Bye.
Choo choo choo.
You know, if you ever did watch Free, then the joke would die.
No.
Did you just see Greg's text?
Yeah, no, I saw it. I don't know if he didn't see me. I saw it and I read it and I just shook my head at the screen.
Christ. I'm off Monday. Fucking thanks, Greg. Fucking thanks. Fat lot of good that did you, Mr. Blaney.
What happened?
Greg texted us saying, "Hey, I didn't see the text till last night. I'm off Monday."
Wow!
I'm gonna go use the bathroom and pee out my rage.
I guess you must be real pissed.
Oh, boo!
Yes.
Sorry, guys, but that's going to be a title that happens break. What was that again, Matt? You had a...
I guess that means you must be really pissed.
This is going to take like 5 minutes. Did you watch it, Matt?
I will say my thoughts when we're recording.
Why do you do that, Matt?
Well, because it is part of the show. I want to leave it there.
If you watched it or not, it doesn't have to be a part of the show now.
Perhaps you're right.
Guys, you didn't watch it. And if you did watch it, he's a jerk. Ain't that right, Nat?
Oh, right, we have viewers. Oh, shit.
That's nice to say to your viewers. Jeez. I love you, viewers, even though Nat doesn't. It's okay.
I'm not used to being watched.
Well, you're not being watched because you don't have your camera on.
They're staring at my icon, which is adorable.
You know what's more adorable, Nat? Seeing your face. And that's right, I said that when Alex came back, because that's what we should be seeing right now.
Okay, sure.
Don't you want to see Nat's face?
I
Instead
do.
of this anime picture?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
You should
You don't
take a
wanna see this.
selfie right now and send it to us. Here, how about this? 1 second.
He's bringing out the Notice Me Senpai again.
No, just wait. Just wait.
Oh, God. He's gonna put his pants down.
I do have like a crazy boner right now. It's probably because I love anime so much.
The anime love is over 9,000.
So is anybody like putting comments on the video or something?
The comments on Google Hangout on air don't really work that way well anymore. Sometimes it'll say comments are disabled, sometimes it won't. So somebody's watching, but I can check my push notifications on Google. I sent you a text, Nep, and I think you should respond in kind.
I give that picture a 10 out of 10.
Good. I give it a Nep out of Nep. I give it a Yep out of Nep.
Wow.
That's not how you treat your fans.
Wow.
Since when do I have fans?
You always have fans, but you would have more fans if you actually showed what you look like.
That's actually a fact. 100%. I'm gonna watch this Skullgirls combo, and then we're
How did Yu-Gi-Oh go to Skullgirls?
Don't you mean skull people? That now that there's guys.
I want to see Skull Guys. That should be their next fighting game.
It was a very impressive combo. I don't know Skullgirls all that well, but it seems legit. All right, you guys ready?
See, senor.
Okay.
It's opposite day for Nep. He meant yes.
Can you fucking swallow, Nep? What did I tell you? Spitters are quitters, okay?
Well, there it is.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. That's a sign of satisfaction.
You son of a bitch, I'm eating too much to stop you.
Now you gotta hold out your tongue, just like the girls do in those animes that I know you watch.
They're called hentai.
What? No. All right, we're doing it. Welcome back.
You're welcome back.
You welcome back. We're back. What's the anime of this month, guys? / not anime.
Anohana.
/ entire month passed.
Yes, it's been a month.
It's been a month since we last recorded.
Or as the kids say, it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. But the anime, not anime, is Anohana. The fire we saw that time. Drop.
Okay, Anohana, the flower we saw that day. Don't fuck with this, Justin. Do you have to remember how we all cried together?
Hey, remember last night when I watched it and I cried again?
That's fair. I bet if I watched Anohana again, I would for sure cry again. like a fucking baby.
Again, we can say, just to be really quick, it feels exactly like it does in the anime, again, but with live people.
But with real people, for real.
With live real people.
And
really
it's condensed,
real people.
obviously.
Yeah, it's condensed. It gets the main points across. Tells the same stories.
I did get a tweet just real quick about that little joke I made between segments. Apparently, Mark Griffiths, our wonderful viewer, nearly choked on his dinner from it as well. So.
But yeah, even going in, knowing exactly what was going to happen, it still balled at the couple points. And
yeah,
if
anything, it hurts more.
Yeah, here's the part where Mema dies. So, nope, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. And then the whole fireworks part, not gonna cry. Nope, no.
Ghost
And then the
farmers,
end.
man.
And oh man, it still hit me, even knowing what was gonna happen. Like that's a good thing. Like that's how well this is done.
Yeah, actors do a
Storytelling
good
Get
wise.
job.
time in my
What do you say?
nothing.
No. Okay. Okay. Sure. The actors do a good job.
Yeah, all the actors feel like those characters. Like Popo is still pretty awesome as the funny guy. He's pretty good. Jintan is still Jintan. Um, like all of the actors pulled off those characters very well. Um, not Sukasu, Yukiatsu still look good cross-dressing, let me tell you.
Good.
The most important part.
Good.
Um,
That's a very
yeah.
critical part of that story. So good.
Yeah, and they did change some stuff. Like the characters didn't get together quickly or slowly. Like one new person joined and helped, like Anaru. It kind of all separate ways, and then they all joined up together at the same point.
Yeah.
And so
Did they all see her at the end?
yes, they do.
And then you fucking cried.
I fucking cried. It was sad. And
Yeah,
again, like
man.
seeing it again, I didn't think I was gonna cry, but just sitting here watching it, trying not to cry. Oh, dude, it was so hard trying not to cry. Again, yeah, if you liked Anohana, there's no reason to not check this out at all.
Nep, I'm guessing you hadn't watched it. This
I
live
watched
action.
about 30 minutes of it.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't want to watch this, but I sat down and watched it anyway, up to 30 minutes, and just didn't really want to watch it. And well,
And so you stopped.
well, mostly yeah, but like, well, I will say from what I saw, the kid actors were shit. Oh my god, that pissed me off a lot.
The kid. How many kid? There's like younger ones of all of them, right?
Yeah, they're kids.
Yeah, I mean,
You're not expecting like A+ stars here.
I've never seen
At
a
the age
child
of 5.
actor. I've never seen a child actor that was like, man, that's good.
That's grade A acting right there.
Well, whoop-de-doo. That's not my opinion, no, is it?
No, I'm just saying. I don't. I understand.
No, I'm just saying like that. I wasn't expecting the kids to be that great. I thought they were fine, but yeah, they were.
I
Kids.
don't think they were passable. Like, I really didn't like their scenes, and like there were parts where I just felt like they're reading a script. This isn't a scene. This is just actors reading a script. This is rehearsals, but it got recorded.
It felt
Like,
did it feel like dry? Like
I guess because like there was like this one little part, like it didn't last long, but like it was like I think it was a teacher walking up to one of the characters, and it was like actor walks to person, stops, says line, gets response, says back. That's scene. Move on. And like I didn't feel a scene at all. I just felt people rehearsing their part. Like I really didn't like it. Like I just don't think it lives up. Like I will give credit to the older cast because like they were definitely doing their stuff. They were definitely being their characters. Like the main cast, I would definitely give props to. Like especially Popo because like holy fuck, it must be so hard to be Popo. Like that is a very hard to pull off character, and that guy did a really good job, and I will totally thumbs up him. Like he is great. But just I am really down on it because I just didn't like it, and I didn't want to like it, and sure enough, I didn't.
okay. Well, that's honest though. I appreciate that. I think that's the most honest, fair criticism that you've shared with us. I like that, Nep.
I feel like this is the first time you like did not like something. and actually said something about it.
Oh well, yeah, and kind of explain why. No, that makes sense. I feel like
Yeah.
my concern with it is because, and like I have a very limited exposure to like live action Japanese television. It's very different than like Western drama. I know that I understand that. Just like mannerisms and everything. Why? But that's different culture, different people, different place. So I don't know how well that would sit with me. And I like I don't know if jumping from anime to real life would work very well for me. But
Well,
I'm curious.
I will praise adapting it they really were hitting the beats for what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
They only had 2 hours to adapt a 11 episode show,
Mm-hmm.
and from their starting point, like they were doing a good job of it, and they were like getting the characters in costume and
Yeah.
getting the hairstyles and stuff like that. Like they like get a thumbs up for that.
Yeah.
Like it definitely seems like it would be a good adaptation,
Yeah.
like in terms of presentation.
Did they cover pretty much everything that's important, Justin?
Yeah. Again, the fireworks, the ending, building the fireworks, trying to get money. They hurry again. They have to hurry up on some stuff, so they went over her wish list of getting that rare, not Pokemon thing.
Definitely not Pokemon.
Oh, they skipped it?
But Pokemon.
No, Jintan, again, like I said, they condensed some stuff where Honoru isn't helping him get that Pokemon. It was just him sitting there playing the game as Menla's talking and doing stuff, and he's like, well, I got this rare Pokemon thing. Looks like you're not away, so I guess that probably wasn't the wish. And then it continues. Again, that wasn't really important anyways. So
yeah, that's
they,
fine.
they do talk about it because it was one of the wishes.
Okay.
Yeah, they go over those main points. Yukiatsu dressing up. They don't do that too long. Like I feel like they did that really long in the anime, where they see him twice. First time is Popo going crazy, being like, "I saw her," and then the next time was them going to find him and found him. It takes like maybe 10 minutes. So they do touch on the big points. And each character's developments and stuff.
Okay.
I thought it was fine. I thought they did a good job at least pointing out those main points and condensing it like they did.
Yeah. I mean, I understand also being really critical of it because Anohana is like it's a really special thing.
Yeah, and they hit those special points. In my opinion, I thought again, I still cried even though knowing what was going to happen, all that stuff. I still cried at the end. I'm like, I don't want to cry. I know it's going to.
To be fair, Justin, you and I cried when Yoshi's Woolly World started, but at least we had each other.
Yeah, we both hugged each other.
No, we. I'm kidding.
Okay.
But we both had a big smile on our face.
I might have gotten emotional a few times in that game, but that was just because it was very cute. Okay, let me have it. Jesus. All right. I hope Greg out there somewhere watches this and then hates it because Greg hates everything. Loves everything. Well, he loves everything. He loves everything. What did I say? I think that's fair. Both sides fair. I'm glad you liked it, Justin. I'm sorry you didn't jive with you, Nep, but that's good. Good points. Anything else we want to add before we close this shop down?
Nope.
You should watch the original 11 episode series.
Yeah, we talked about that on another episode.
Yeah.
Probably should have found out what episode.
Greg was there. He liked it. It was a thing that he genuinely loved.
I think it's hard not to love that.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. It's hard not to love. Yeah, we all liked it. So you should go listen to that episode as well. We have a bit more in-depth discussions to just kind of retread in old water.
Oh, yeah. Just quick. The one thing I forgot. It actually plays the music.
Oh, that's
like
good.
The opening and stuff at the very end. So that also, on top of crying, that made it worse hearing that song again.
Yeah, they totally did do the opening theme.
That's cool.
And I'm just like, no, stop.
And
no,
did the showing the characters and then flash forwarding it to their adult selves or
Yep.
teenage selves, and then having Mema just be a flower.
Huh.
They hit that like spot, which again goes to like they did a pretty damn good job of adapting the anime to live action.
That's really cool, actually. I'll look up that intro when I get the chance. Cool. What are we talking about next month?
I don't know, what anime are we watching next month, Alex?
My suggestion, it was suggested to me by a couple of people online, a show called Batum.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Excuse me. BTOOOM exclamation mark.
That's not how you spell BT dubs.
Yeah, right. BT. By the way, we are watching the show. By the way, it's an action show. It's apparently action romance, which is why it was suggested to me. I love the romance. The romance. It sounds cool. It's on Crunchyroll. It's on Hulu as well.
And it's 12
I'm sure.
episodes.
I'm sure you can find it in other assorted places on the internet as well. We are recording. We've set a schedule. We are recording Sunday, February 21st.
Yes, that should be 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, so about 2 weeks from now, winky face. We're going to try and record every third Sunday of every month. So we're going to try
Make sure we get those episodes out for you guys so you can hear our sexy voices on the interwebs.
Yeah, we're gonna help Greg do some editing. We know that he's been really behind, but we're working through it. We'll catch up. So 10 a.m. Sunday morning Eastern time. We're trying to stick to a regular recording time and schedule. We'll see how it works out. We'll talk to Greg about it. But that is when we are recording, and we were talking about Batum, which 12 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's 12 or 11. 12.
I think it's 12.
About 12.
So tune in if you'd like to watch it live. Like I said, 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll be tweeting the link out from the MaliciousPod account, most likely. And tune in, hang out, tweet at us like Mark Griffiths is right now.
Watch the animes with us.
Watch the anime with us so we can talk about it together. That's it. That's the show. We're going to throw it out, do a little outro real quick right here. If you'd like to be a part of the show, which you should be, send us an email, mupxmail@gmail.com. That's mupxmail@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out the Big Brother podcast to this podcast, the one that I host. It's called Irrational Passions Podcast. Hopefully, Greg will be back to host this show soon, so I don't have to step in and he can do his whole hello internet thing. But you can follow that show at Irrational Pod. That records Saturday nights, and it goes up on Tuesdays every week. So it's a little bit more regular than this monthly condensed anime show. You can follow each of us on Twitter. Nep is at Mr_Nep. I am at Alfighter27. Justin is at the Sigma Omega. That's all one word. And Mr. is spelled out in Mr. Nep. Greg's at Gregory Blaney, all one word. Go tweet him. Tell him that you miss him and that he should come back on MupX. Some other stuff. Rate and review us on iTunes. It helps us out a lot. Follow the show on Twitter at MaliciousPod for updates on when the show goes up, when it posts, and everything else. Tell your friends about the show because it helps us out a lot. And go to the website, irrationalpassions.com. That's where this show posts. That's where Irrational Passions podcast posts. And a whole bunch of cool video game stuff. So go check that out. That's the show. But we got one more thing. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with that.
What's our break?
What's our break?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be
This
just
is
next
like
time?
Yeah, it's the breaks, and then it goes the next time. We just did a show where I just did this.
Yeah, but you actually said next time on Malicious Underground X, so I'm just like, why are we taking a break to end the show?
Yeah, well, it's a we'll be right back with next time, but like
but
it works. That's how
works.
Greg cuts it.
Okay.
Is it finished, Nep? Is it perfect?
I'm trying to end it.
Okay.
Did you cross your T's, dot your I's?
I can't read it until it's done. That's the agreement.
Okay.
Whatever, man. I'll just I'll look at Spelunky. God, dicks.
Did you die?
Yes.
You paused it only to die.
Yeah. Well, it was like a new run since the last time I played was in that Ice Caves run before. So
How'd you die immediately?
I fell through 2 arrow traps. I don't want to talk about it, okay? Oh, I gotta use that Dave Lang Bat Tech. Okay, cool. Oh. I will say I've gotten to the point where I can successfully, like, 10 out of 10 times whip the arrow as it comes towards me, but I do need enough prep time. I have to know where the arrow is coming from. So if it comes as a surprise, I'm usually pretty fucked. Ugh, what a rough run. Only 6,700. Oh, it's a dark level. My favorite. What's up, dog?
Here's an ending. I'm still debating whether this should be changed.
Okay, do you want me to read it and give you my opinion?
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
All right, the malicious crew escaped their previous predicament by going to a different continuity. A more 3D continuity. The 2D crew has now entered the third dimension. Unfortunately, Greg had to transfer into a 3D ghost. With no immediate way to resurrect him, the crew had to accept his death, but they struggled to accept it. They each mourned in their own way. Time passed until Greg's ghost paid Alex a visit. He approached Alex because he couldn't pass away without fulfilling his wishes. So he asked Alex, bro to bro, he needs Alex to buy him hentai. He hasn't caught them all, so he put it onto Alex to grant this wish. Will Alex agree to it? Will this really make Greg pass on to the next life? Find out in the next ghostly episode of Malicious. I like that a lot. I do like that.
Yay.
Although I like all of them, Neb. I don't think there's been a bad seed in any of them. I'll say. In my humble opinion. IMHO.
Did Justin mute himself?
Justin.
What?
It looked like you were talking, but
I
nothing
was.
came-
And? Yeah.
You did.
Are you
mute
talking to yourself again, Justin?
Shh. Even though this is broadcast to the whole wide world, not supposed to say that out loud.
I'm worried about you. That's all.
What?
This is what crazy looks like.
Anyways, no, I was just gonna say I like them all too, but I thought Nep didn't do one of them. That we just totally
Greg
did
might
something
have done
stupid like a sentence or something.
one. Yeah. Probably. I would garner a guessy that probably happened at some point. All right. I'm ready.
Let's get this bandwagon across the Oregon Trail.
All right.
The Oregon or Oregon Trail?
The Oregon Trail.
Oregon.
I should play that. It's sitting on my PS4.
Yeah, I've heard it's fun. It's been out forever. All right, I'm gonna meet you guys. And I have to take off my video, obviously. People can't see the next time guy. Didn't do that last time, but that's fine. No one will find it. All right, you guys are muted. Let's do this. All right. Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay. Still recording. Cool. Next time on Malicious Underground X. The malicious crew escaped their previous predicament by going into a different continuity, a more 3D continuity. The 2D crew has now entered the third dimension. Unfortunately, Greg had to transfer into a 3D ghost. With no immediate way to resurrect him, the crew had to accept his death, but they struggled to accept it. They each mourned in their own way. Time passed until Greg's ghost paid Alex a visit. He approached Alex because he couldn't pass without fulfilling his wishes. So he asked Alex, bro to bro. He needs Alex to buy him hentai. He hasn't caught them all, so he put it on to Alex to grant this wish. Will Alex agree to it? Will this really make Greg pass on to the next life? Find out in the next ghostly episode of Malicious Underground X.
Titless.
Titless.
Oh god. Okay, so titles this time is actually pretty short. Okay.
Because there's no senpai.
Not enough senpai. Speaking of which,
Oh god damn it.
Senpai watch.
Senpai Watch.
Okay, so titles. Nep got spoiled. You gotta believe. Resurrection of Ginyu. Greg loves everything. Cough, cough. I guess that means you're really pissed.
Boo.
I like that one.
God, it's so bad.
And it's one that won't be in the actual recording.
I like Greg Loves Everything. I want to keep making Greg-based titles.
Oh my god.
Whenever he's not here.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And I think it's really pro. Greg really loves everything he's ever watched. I don't think he's ever had like a bad anime he's ever watched.
It seems to be a theme of just making titles based off the person who's not
Who's
there.
gone. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it's tradition, why break it? If it ain't broke, don't tradition it. What?
Okay, so I guess it's gonna be Greg Loves Everything.
I like it. Justin, do you have any other preference?
Well, I'm hoping for the next movie, but we know it's not going to happen. That is Resurrection of Ginyu.
Yeah. Well,
But
it is true that the Ginyu plot thickened quite
yeah,
deeply.
damn right. Now we're gonna have a frog apocalypse, a Ginyu frog apocalypse,
Frogopolis.
frogopocalypse. So I'm fine with Greg Loves Everything because he does.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just do the first part then.
Yeah. Justin, you can do the second part.
Okay.
I've said enough.
Okay, then. Okay, so this is Malicious Underground X, episode 33.
Greg loves everything.
But seriously, fuck you, Greg.
But like, no real fuck you, Greg.
God, I'm the one who started it this time.
Yeah, you did. It's hard. You can't even resist the temptation. All right,
God damn it, I just
can-
had to say it.
you can stop recording.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, video people. We love you guys.